Now guys, thank you so much for clicking on today's video and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here and you've never seen my content before, make sure to stick around for a few minutes to see if you like this style of commentary video, and if you do end up liking it, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button so you never miss a new video from me. So now, without further ado, today we're going to be speaking about Clove. Now, if you're not familiar with Clove or you're not familiar with the FPS called Valorant, Clove is the newest addition to the agent pool of Valorant. Now, there was a big controversy surrounding this agent. Now you may be asking why, Matt, why was this such an outrage when this agent was announced? Well, the reason why is because this agent has been said to be non-binary, which means that they don't use he or she pronouns, but they use they them pronouns. Now, in my eyes, I don't see a problem with this when it comes to the real world. Like, if you want to identify whatever as you want to identify, that's totally fine with me. I do have an issue with it when it does come down to it being in a video game. To me, a video game is supposed to be an outlet outside of real life. So that being said, if it's supposed to be an outlet so people can enjoy without worrying about their everyday life issues, why are we trying to now put a spanner in the works? Now, yes, I do understand that people that may not identify as he or she or whatever do play this game, but they've always been there before. So from Riot's side, they're like trying to acknowledge them and bring them up, but it's just added more fuel to the fire than it actually helped the issue. Valorant was supposed to be a 5v5 competitive shooter, esports ready, where the best team wins it all. So why are we trying to add gender and all of the other social issues into a competitive 5v5 shooter? That's what I don't understand. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say I don't care what gender my agent is, or what do they look like, or if they're green or yellow, as long as they have the abilities to help me win the game. That's all I care about. Because if we are going based off this, that Clove is now a non-binary agent, what's for someone else to say that, well, hold on a second, Matt, KO is actually a robot, so he's not a he and he's not a she, because how could we misgender someone if he's a robot? Do you see where I'm getting at? Now, in my personal opinion, I don't believe that gender or identity should be in an FPS game, like a esports ready, professional esports, whatever you want to say. I don't believe it should exist in an FPS game. And you may say, but why? Because the whole objective of the game is to win. Like I said, I don't care what my gender of the character I'm playing is, as long as it helps me win. Now, if it's a game that's like a role-playing game or like an open world game, that's fine. Do whatever you want to do with that game. Make all the fucking genders you want. But if it's an FPS game, that's where I do have an issue, because I've had this experience already when I'm playing ranked and one of my teammates misgendered Clove and said she is there. One of my teammates started to throw the game, get out of the voice chat because he called them a homophobe, and we lost the game. Do you see what I mean? Like, it's just adding more fuel to the fire in this community. Like, I don't think Riot understands what kind of community there is in Valorant. If there is one different idea, or there is a different perspective on things, people are going to get their pitchforks out and they're going to try to cancel you, they're going to try to behead you on Twitter. And that's the state of this game is right now. And yeah, like I said, no one's going to talk about it, even if they do feel slightly different or may have a different point of view on things, because they're scared of being cancelled by the general public on Twitter or whatever, get blacklisted by Riot. But let's be honest, Riot would not implement Clove if they did not have an alternative motive. Now let's be real. It's not like Riot is owned by the greatest company to ever walk this earth. Like, come on, let's be honest. I do believe it's more of a cash grab by Riot to invite possibly more people to play the game, but I doubt it. It's a competitive FPS. Either way, you either like the game or you don't. So if you add a non-binary agent to it, I don't think it's going to bring in more traffic. It's going to bring in more eyes to Valorant because it has never been done before. I do agree with that, but is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? And don't even get me started on the streamers that If you even misgender them by accident, you're getting instantly banned off the stream. You're the literally piece of gum on the bottom of the shoe. You're the bottom of the barrel feeder, like whatever. Like no, like this is getting out of hand. And a lot of people may say, oh well, it doesn't really exist like this. It's if you do it intentionally. No, if you do it by accident, you're gonna be called a homophobe or a bigot because you have misgendered an in-game character. It's like, I don't really understand what was the objective for Riot. Do you know what I mean? Like, the game was fine before you started adding a non-binary agent to it. We've already had Killjoy and Race kissing each other, you know, the LGBTQ flags that you could buy for free, or you have to spend like X amount of VP points or whatever it is, which is another thing that Riot's gonna probably do. If you want to play Clove, you still have to buy her. Like I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm not gonna get into it much further. You can see the abilities that Clove has, and the smoke looks like a trans flag. But listen, that may just be me and the colors I play on, but it does really look like it. Now, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter say that this is a great thing for gaming because it makes the gaming more inclusive. Tell me when gaming wasn't inclusive. You could go to your nearest GameStop and buy whatever game you could buy at that time with your own money and play it. There was no restrictions to say that only straight people can play this game. There was no restriction to saying that maybe X, Y, and Z can only play this game. You could always play this game either way. Now, I do understand the point that some people are making, that it's making the people that are non-binary more, how would you say it, more appreciated. But if it comes down to it, if you need appreciation from a video game character in order to feel appreciated, then there is bigger issues at hand than Riot adding a non-binary agent. Well, that's my take on it at least. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this, my final thoughts. Should Valorant add another non-binary agent? In my opinion, no. Leave all of those politics in the real world and leave FPS the way it should have been left, with no gender and no identity. For all I care, you could call them Agent 1 through to 20, how many ever agents there is in Valorant right now. I don't really care. Leave games alone with the politics and kids as well. That's my take on it, but I'm interested in hearing your guys' thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.